Some people work so hard thinking that providing for somebody's needs, as far as having a roof over their head, food on the table, a place to live, a car, clothes, all of those things are necessities that every human need to survive. But in a relationship, it's a lot more than just that. See, when I look at it from a different perspective. Some people grow from childhood seeing their parents and watching what their parents do in relationships and what roles they play. And they take on the assumption that, some men take on the assumption that all you have to do is go to work and provide. And as long as you're providing, then you're a great husband, or you're a great spouse, or the wife should be happy and everything should be perfect. Well, for a wife and for a woman, speaking from a woman's point of view, some women are okay with just having a mate or a spouse or a husband that just provide. But that's not enough for me. See, for me, my mother taught me how to provide for myself, how to go and gain income in order to pay my bills. My mom taught me how to be independent on my own, to have my own apartment, my own car, my own house. I've had big houses, I've had small house, I've had apartments, I've been homeless. I've been through it all. I've had nice furniture, I've had used furniture. I've had big income, small income. I've had a savings, big savings account. Sometimes it go down to zero. When it comes to financial, I've been up and down, up and down. I've been through life long enough. And what I've learned is that money is not what gives me peace. A man with money is not what gives me peace. Having a nice house with nice furniture and all the bills are paid is not what gives me peace. Surprisingly or not, I'm learning from my experience that that's not what gives me peace in a relationship. Because all of those material things I can do for myself. I can acquire for myself. What I need and want out of a relationship from a person, money cannot buy. I need a person that's not selfish. I need a person that's going to be in love with me, not just love me. I need a person that's going to cherish me, adore me. I need a person that if I'm hurting, even if whether they hurt me or someone else hurt me, if I'm hurting, it hurts them. And they're going to try to do what they can to take that hurt away or make things better. That's the kind of person that I like. Money can't buy that. Money can't buy commitment. Money can't buy trust. Money can't buy honesty. Money cannot buy faithfulness. Money cannot buy loyalty. Money can't buy selflessness. Money cannot buy a person being okay to do things with you that you don't like, that they might not necessarily like to do, but they do it because it's something you like. They go out of their way to do things that you like, just as how you go out of your way to do things for them that they like that you don't necessarily like. But you welcome the experience. That's what you do when you truly are in love with somebody and you care about somebody. It has nothing to do with money. I see people over the years stress themselves out on their job, working overtime, always at work, never spending any time with their loved one, whether it's your mom, your sister, your spouse, your wife, your children, working yourself to death, chasing that money. And you have this big house and you're making sure that everybody have all of their needs met. And then this same person that you saying you working for yourself and you working for them to make sure they have everything and that they're comfortable. But in actuality, every day that you're gone away from this person is spending their time and their life alone without you, with no memories, and all they have is furniture and a house and walls to look at. And then when something happens to them, whether it's a sudden accident and they pass away, or the person just decide that they're going to walk out of your life because they're tired of just sitting around while you're always gone chasing money and not listening to them or caring about their needs or caring about their emotional well-being. When you do that, when you ignore their emotional well-being and you think that finances is all that person need, and as long as you're keeping a roof over their head and food on the table and buying them things, that they should be happy and they should be comfortable because other people don't have that. Well, understand this. I've been homeless, so none of that matters to me. I've had it all and I've been homeless. And what matters to some people is not the money, it's not the clothes, it's not the house, it's not the shoes, it's not the car, it's not the furniture. It's the time and love and care and sympathy and understanding and compassion and selflessness that you give to that person. That's what they're going to remember. That's what keep them strong when they get weak. That's what keep them strong when they get sick and feel like they want to give up and can't make it. It's that love and attention and that selflessness, that care that you put into them. That's what's going to sustain them. That's what gives me peace. Not material things, not money, not jewelry. And then these people work so hard to provide all this stuff, and the same person that they're working so hard to provide for, and they're frustrated because they don't understand why this person is still so unhappy after they work so hard to give them everything that they think that this person want. You're giving them what you think that they want and need, but not actually listening to them to find out what they truly want and need. You're giving them what you're comfortable giving them, not what they require from you. You don't want to sacrifice and go out of your way to give them what they need. You're just satisfied giving them what you feel that they should have or what you feel they deserve. And that's not right. So then this person either walk out of your life or they pass away. And all of a sudden, you're sitting there. You have this wonderful job. You have the money. You have the house. You have the furniture. You have the cars. You have all of that. And this person is no longer in your life. And you're sitting there saying to yourself, having all these regrets, that if you could give up all of what you have just to have one moment again with that person, one memory again with that person, you would do it. But until that moment, it seems as if people don't understand that not everybody is concerned about worldly things and possessions. We need them to survive. We need them to live in this society. But when it come down to it, if the house burned down, if you lose, if they repo your vehicle and take the cars, if everything you own is destroyed, every material thing you own is destroyed, your bank account depleted, your job, your career, you have been fired from your career and your job, and you no longer have none of that. The person that you supposedly was financially taking care of and working yourself hard to take care of, what do you think is going to be left for you and that person when it's just you and that person standing? You can't rebuild because there is no love there between the two of you. There's no intimacy there between the two of you. There's no bond, no friendship. All we had was a house, a car, bills, financial responsibilities, and money. We had no love, no care between us. After all of that is gone. That's what a lot of us don't realize and understand. And for me, I've spent so many years dealing with people, being in and out of relationships and wondering why they don't work and why I have such a difficult time every time I get into a relationship with somebody. And I'm understanding that people are getting into relationships for the wrong reason. Most men think that as long as they can provide for you financially, you should be happy. And they haven't been taught, and they're not concerned about your emotional state, your mental state. They're not concerned about stimulating your mind as a woman and making sure that you're at peace within yourself. For some women, me included, if you don't stimulate my mind and stimulate me mentally, physically, I'm not attracted. Physically, I'm not going to be wanting to be loving and intimate towards you because you didn't stimulate my mind. You're not concerned about my feelings. You're not trying to make sure that I'm mentally and emotionally healthy in the relationship. So therefore, the intimate side of me does not come out. And it has nothing to do with money. A lot of men think that they can give women money and that's supposed to satisfy everything. For some women, yeah, they'll take that money. But deep down, after they paid the rent and paid all those bills and they're laying in their bed at night lonely with no one to listen to how they feel and to just listen to them talk and share their views and their feelings and what's going on with them. They cry themselves to sleep even though they have that money that they use to pay all the bills and all of that. Yes, they have a roof over their head, but inside they're dying emotionally. So at the end of the day, does any of that really even matter? Does all of that material thing even matter? As much as you want to gain all those material things, you were born without it and you're going to your grave without it. I've seen couples, as a caregiver, I've seen couples who had money, who lived wealthy and was rich. And they loved each other. It wasn't just about the money. They were in love with each other and they spent years together. And as soon as one passed away, the other one, within 6 months or less, passes away. Why do you think that is? And they have been living together as a couple for some 60, 70 years and shared everything together. Why do you think one passed away soon after the other? I'm a living witness. I worked as a caregiver many years and I've seen it over and over with couples. The reason why the other one died is out of heartbreak, loneliness. Their companion, their friend is no longer here that they spent so many years with and shared so many memories with. And all the money that this person had after their loved one, their spouse passed away, the spouse left them everything, left them millions. And it didn't make them happy. They were lonely, sad, and heartbroken, and they passed away because of the fact that they didn't have the other person that they loved and cared for. It didn't have anything to do with the money and the house and the cars and the society that they lived in. It had to do with the memories and the love that they shared with each other. The compassion that they had for one another. The selflessness. The encouragement, the motivation. We need to stop thinking that every relationship is the same. We need to stop going into relationships expecting the other person to do and be the same way that the other person that you was with before that was. That other person might have been happy and okay with your financial status and that you were able to take care of them and they were just happy, at peace, and content with that. But I'm telling you, I learned from experience that what I need from a man does not cost money. But a lot of men cannot give what I'm asking for, even though it does not cost money. It's easier for a spouse or a man to just give you money so you could just go away. You could just go do what you want to do.